Getting you ready for game time. Join me, Sal from Behind Your Arc Basketball, as I announce play-by-play. Make sure to smash the like and subscribe, because now we're about to go live. Entering the pregame, we now present Sal from Behind Your Arc Basketball. Well, what's good, everyone? Glad to have you guys back in the stream today. It's the WNBA Indiana Fever get back in action. 16-10 overall for Indiana, 10-5 in their home floor, and a tie for 5th place alongside Atlanta Dreamin'. Indiana's been on the roll as of late, 6-2 in their previous 8 games. They're 4-1 in their last 5. Caitlin Clark had a 45-point game last week, the franchise record in most points ever in Indiana Fever history. And her teammate Kelsey Mitchell, number 2 in the WNBA in points per game, averaging 23.3 points per game. Clark behind, averaging over 20. If you guys are on the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe here. Started off tonight, and glad to have you guys back in. What's good, Jeffrey? Glad to have you back in for this one tonight here. Indiana comes in pretty hefty favorites on the line in this game tonight. 10.5-point favorites, playing really well on their home floor. They're 10-5 at home, tied for the second most victories in the WNBA in home games this season with 10. Connecticut struggling, just 3-9 on the road. That is the second worst road record in the WNBA for the Sun. They're 7-19 overall, 3-9 in road games. And right now, they're only ahead of one team, and that would be the Seattle Storm. They're 14th place out of 15 teams in the WNBA, but been better recently, going 5-5 in their last 10 games for Connecticut. Hey, what's good? Hockey, welcome in. Yeah, I saw that. 15 straight for the Red Sox. I saw that they're trailing right now. I think it's 4-0, but if they get that 16th one, then that's going to be the franchise record for most ever consecutive wins. Yeah, that's incredible, man. Like, they were out of it completely. I think like late June, Red Sox are at the very bottom of the AL, and now they've slid into a wild card position currently. Caitlin Clark available tonight. She'll be playing in this matchup. She came in on the injury report questionable, but she'll be playing tonight. Damaris Danta, she is out tonight for the Fever. And then Raven Johnson suffered a lower body injury during warm-ups, so she's also listed out as well. Yeah, Indiana, they should be able to steamroll past this Connecticut team tonight. This is kind of like one of these matchups that could be very difficult for Connecticut. Indiana is the number one team in points per game in the WNBA. They're averaging 94.4 points per game. Connecticut is last in the WNBA in scoring, averaging 79.7. And then what's kept the Sun hanging afloat in games that they've been able to pick up 7 victories is because their defense ranks number 5 in total defense. The Fever are back in 12th, but where this game could be made tonight is perimeter shooting. Indiana shooting 10% better than what Connecticut's shooting. Indiana is the second best perimeter shooting team percentage-wise in the WNBA at 37.7%. Connecticut is the worst team in the league at 27.7%, 10% points less. And also, Indiana makes more threes than any team in the league. They average around 10 made threes per game for them. So if they just come in, take care of the basketball, make their shots, and lock in on the defensive side of the floor, they should be able to win this because they have 3 players who outscore the leading player of what Connecticut has. And Indiana goes through their big 3 between Caitlin Clark, Kelsey Mitchell, Leah Boston, and then on the other side is basically Brittany Griner, and then a bunch of younger players for Connecticut. Really young roster that they have surrounding Griner with like rookies and second-year players for the majority. Hey, what's good, Terminator? Welcome back in. Yeah, this weekend is All-Star Weekend. That was on Friday night. Franchise best record, 45 points for Caitlin Clark, named Eastern Conference Player of the Week for last week. Wow, Brittany Griner's out tonight, too. Left knee injury, so she is out. She was questionable coming into tonight's game. Aaliyah Edwards, she is out, right knee injury. Sanaya Rivers, available, dealing with a left ankle foot injury. Questionable going into tonight's game, but available. It's going to be a lot for their point guard, number 47 for Connecticut, Layla Lacan, second-year player. Second on the team, averaging 12.9 points per game, leading the team 4.5 assists per game. Yeah, very tough task for Connecticut coming into this matchup then, that they rank dead last in scoring. They're going up against the number 1 offensive unit in points per game in the league, Indiana. And then they're at Indiana, which Indiana's been a machine on their home floor this year. And the Fever's big 3 are all available tonight. And the only players that's out are basically a couple of rotation pieces. Damaris Dantos, Raven Johnson, 2 players out for tonight's game. If you guys are doing the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. We're going to be tipping off in a couple minutes from now. Glad to have you guys join in here tonight. Connecticut's been playing better recently, though. 2-1 in their last 3. Fever been on a roll. Indiana looking really good. Yeah, 6-2 in their last 8 for the Fever. Liberty up against the Sky at halftime, 48-46. Mystics midway into the second quarter up against the Aces, 30-27. And 2 games won the final earlier today. Phoenix Mercury beat the LA Sparks 86-82. Minnesota Lynx over Seattle Storm 86-76. Yeah, Nafisa Collier returned her first game back. Missed like over 250 plus days out due to injury for her. Dropped down to double-double, 24-10 in her return back to Minnesota. Big line on this game, and I'm pretty confident Indiana can cover the line. Like, they beat Connecticut at Connecticut by 10 last month, and now Connecticut's best player's not playing tonight, and Indiana has been on a tear recently. And plus, they've been so good in their home floor for them. So this could get ugly, potentially, tonight in this game. Indiana did beat Seattle, though, on Friday by 3. That's interesting. Seattle's the worst team in the league, 1 game behind Connecticut. But then the next day they bounced back, coming off a 20-point win at home against New York, 108-88. So they can score in bunches for the Fever. Put up 109 July 12th to win at Las Vegas, 109-75. Beat Seattle 110-107 on Friday, and then won against Liberty 108-88. Yeah, I think it's going to go over. Indiana puts up a bunch of points. Wouldn't be shocked if they reach triple digits for them. And then if they do start to drill their shots, and then they might not commit that much towards the defensive side of the floor. Yeah, kind of a similar team record-wise that they played against recently was Seattle. That final score is 110-107. This Fever team's putting up 110 and 108 in the last 2 games. So they've been scoring a ton. Lexi Hall, Monique Billings, Aaliyah Boston, Kelsey Mitchell, Caitlin Clark, the starting 5. And then Connecticut, their starting lineup with Layla Lacan, Charlize Lego Walker, Diamond Miller, Anisha Morrow will get the start in Olivia Nelson Adoda. All right, so about to tip off in just a moment. Fever, white jerseys tonight in their whole floor, dark blue numbers, dark blue letters. Indiana going up right to left on the floor, and Connecticut with the orange jerseys, white numbers, white letters as they race up the court off the opening tip and score a quick 2 with a layup. Wow, very unexpected there. It's the Sun strike first, and from the outside, put it up a 3 in Indiana. Able to drill it from the perimeter. That is Caitlin Clark on the board with a triple. Second possession in the night by the Sun. Olivia Nelson Adoda. Hand off top of the key to Lacan. Sends it off to Nelson Adoda. Works on Billings. Off the glass, no good. Tipped up. Battle for the rebounds. And it's going to go in the Fever direction. So loose ball foul gets charged to Diamond Miller of Connecticut. Clark went for 25 points in the first meeting. June 13th, a 10-point win over the Sun. Backdoor cutter right past the defense. Kelsey Mitchell on the board, scores the 2. 5-2. Perfect 2 for 2 from the floor. Nice dime there off the bounce pass by Aaliyah Boston with assist. Working their way inside. Nelson Adoda scores the left-hand layup. So far, rapid-fire start for both of these teams. Clark at the wing, takes the 3, and makes the 3 for the perimeter. Caitlin Clark able to rattle in the triple. Red hot for Indiana right out of the gate. Clark perfect 2 for 2, 6 points from the floor. A steal up the court. Mitchell finds Clark 2-on-1 bounce pass. Going up to the rim. Billings gets blocked by Nelson Adoda. Right back to Connecticut with possession. It was on top. Nelson Adoda fired it down low, but off the fingertips too tall. Looking for Morrow. Sails out of bounds. Yeah, this game could get ugly. Connecticut just not a high-flying scoring offense. Indiana number 1 in the league in points per game. Connecticut dead last without their top scorer tonight, Brittany Griner. Runner inside the key, missed off the rim short by Aaliyah Boston. Rebound back to Connecticut. Sun with possession at the wing. Layla Lacan lobs it over to Olivia Nelson Adoda. She backs her way low block, finds her teammate at the wing, jacks up the 3, missed off the rim, short by Charlize Lego Walker. Rebound went back over to Indiana, and they lost it inside the key with Kelsey Mitchell. Stole the way, outlet pass. Going up on that ball was Lexi Hall. She broke it up out of bounds. So this will stay Sun possession. 7:42 left to go in the opening quarter. Just getting started tonight. If you guys are new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Lacan, baseline, inbound, back to Lacan, underneath, sent by Nelson. Adota scores the layup. 8-6, great inbound. Off that pass, down low by Olivia Nelson. Adota, Clark, Eurostep, backdoor, up and off the backboard, scores the 2. Man, Caitlin Clark, looking to see if she can do what she did on Friday. What a start by her so far tonight. 8 out of the 10 through Clark, perfect 3 for 3 from the floor. Reach and fall gets charged to Billings. She's making it look easy out on the court right now for Caitlin Clark. 25 points in the first meeting this season against Connecticut. 10 for 17 shooting, 5 for 10 from 3. Right now, perfect 3 for 3 from the floor, 2 for 2 from the perimeter. Inbound for Connecticut, 15-footer around the rim and out. Missed off the mark there by the Sun. So it goes back over to Indiana and stolen. Clark thought clearly that she should have got fouled, but got ripped away by Lacan. The cross-court connects with her teammate, Sanaya Rivers. Launches the 3, rattled out. Rebound secured by Boston. Clark brings it up the floor, past the timeline. Caitlin Clark, defended by Charlize Liga-Walker. Bounce pass down low, off the pivot. Billings scores, up and through. It's good for 2. What a start right now for Indiana. Powering their way down low, 12-6. Off the double team, able to get the ball away to Nelson Adota. Inside the low post, score it and 1. Olivia Nelson Adota coming up at the free throw line to shoot the free throw. One free throw at the line for Olivia Nelson Adota, and that rattles in. 12-9 right now. Fever with possession. Kelsey Mitchell lobs it off to Boston at the wing. Sets it cross court. Intercepted, jumping the route by Lacan as she leads herself to an easy layup. That is way too easy. Just jumped the route, picked it off. Clark towards her right at the wing. Caitlin Clark looking around for her teammates. Bounce pass top of the key into the hands of Boston. Moves it off to Clark from the Gamebridge Fieldhouse logo. Oh, she buries it. Caitlin Clark rattles in the triple. Rapid fire start to begin tonight for Caitlin Clark. Nelson Adota at the wing takes on Billings. Switched guarded by Boston. Into the hands to Charlize Liga-Walker at the wing. Dribbles up to the corner, flings it back outside. On top, trying a 3 when Nelson Adota left off the rim short. Off a line drive. Rebound went to Billings. Clark pass midcourt. Bounce pass underneath position. Pivot scores. Up and off the backboard. It's good for 2 by Boston. Caitlin Clark so keyed in tonight. Timeout by Connecticut. 5:31 left to go in the opening quarter, and Caitlin Clark going off to begin this game. Perfect from the floor, leading us to the first timeout of the night. What a start for Caitlin Clark. Just bringing the energy right to the floor. Her connection just so key so far with Aaliyah Boston. Caitlin Clark has the same amount of points that the Sun have as a team. 11 points by Clark. 4 for 4 from the floor. Perfect 3 for 3 from 3. Pulled up on a 30-footer at the Gamebridge Fieldhouse logo and rattled it in. 2 assists. Previous one to Aaliyah Boston. Another one to Monique Billings. Kelsey Mitchell with 2. Just so much firepower with this Indiana Fever team. Caitlin Clark, number 6 in the league in scoring, 2 in playmaking. Aaliyah Boston's top 15 in the league in scoring. Kelsey Mitchell's number 2 behind Asia Wilson. Just when you have that much scoring here, going up against the Connecticut Sun team that is without their leading scorer, Brittany Griner. It's a young team tonight playing in this game for Connecticut, and they got their work cut out for them right now. Olivia Nelson Adota, she leads the way. She's got 5. Layla Lacan with 4, plus 3 steals, 2 points by Anisha Morrow. Yeah, that's the key for Indiana. They just got to take control of the basketball. And Caitlin Clark does have 2 turnovers tonight. They've got 3 turnovers as a team. They've struggled in the back half of the league in turnovers per game, but if they can keep the ball out in front, limit the turnovers, then to be able to cover the spread on this one for the Fever. Yeah, it's still time they got to come on back for the Red Sox. Seventeen to 11 as we get back to action. Sun, orange jerseys, white numbers, white letters, going left to right on the floor with a possession. Sanaya Rivers, number 22, slides it on top to Olivia Nelson-Adoda. Nelson-Adoda working on Leah Boston at the top. Lego Walker flings it cross court, taking the 3 at the wing. And no good, rattled out, missed off the mark there by Connecticut. They got it back, they put up the shot, and they rattle it in. 17-13 now, the Sun draw winning 4. Caitlin Clark off the spin cycle inside the key. First missing the night, skidded off the rim and out to rebound. Went over to Connecticut. Sun with possession at the top. Into the hands to Charlize Lego Walker. Passes backdoor, layup scored. Up and then off the backboard. It's good for 2. That is made by Sanaya Rivers. Puts her team within 2. An outlet pass. Right past the defense. Boston leads the easy buckets. 19-15 right now. Caitlin Clark right up the floor. Able to go on a full court outlet pass to Aaliyah Boston. They bring the double. Finding Nelson-Adoda at the elbow. Attacking the paint with Nell Angaloma. And she gets fouled. First time at the court tonight for Sophie Cunningham for the Fever. Yeah, that looked like some tough teams they got in the non-conference slate. First shot's good. Second free throw by Nell Angloma and got the bounce. Caitlin Clark past the midcourt logo, bounce past Mitchell, shovel pass underneath, rolling to the hoop, up and then off the window, scored by Boston. Beautiful teamwork right there. Kelsey Mitchell, absolute dime with an assist. First time at the floor for number 15 for Indiana with Reagan Beers, the rookie at the Oklahoma and Oregon State. A layup down low is scored by Connecticut. Broke it up out of bounds off the pass up court by Lego Walker. Indiana gets the inbound. Jumper. Mitchell at the wing. Kelsey Mitchell. Splash. She's got it. Plus the foul. And the one coming up at the line for Kelsey Mitchell. That's a bad foul from the perimeter by Connecticut. Kelsey Mitchell already finishing in her shooting stride. Got switched. Working on number 33 now. Was both of her feet behind the three-point line? That's the question. Oh, yes, they were. That's an excellent step back by Mitchell. Right over Nell and Gloma, and then her follow-through. And Gloma trying to get out of the way, and then Gloma picked up the shooting foul. So an and one coming up at the line by Kelsey Mitchell. So the clock stops at 3:38 left to go in the opening quarter. This is being under review right now, being looked at by the officials. So Kelsey Mitchell pending one free throw coming up at the line as Nell and Gloma, according to the officials, was in the landing spot of Kelsey Mitchell on that made three. Yeah, this is a tough schedule. I'm looking at it right now. They got a couple exhibition games, looks like. They got Pitt and Georgia Tech at exhibition. Wow, that's really early to open up the schedule what Providence is opening up on. That must be opening day is November 2nd, because that's not under exhibition. They take on Maine on November 2nd. And then, yeah, Nebraska is the game at Mohegan Sun. Nebraska went to the tournament last year and made it a deep run, Elite Eight last year for Nebraska. That should be a quite a tough contest. Bryant in the non-conference league. Colorado should be an interesting game there. That's early on. That's good that they host Colorado and Providence, though. If they had to travel out to Boulder, that would be tough for them. Really tough place to play, especially if you're not from the area with Colorado. Sacred Heart, they're in the Maui Invitational. 3-day Maui Invitational. Yeah, they got a lot of good opportunities. Then the local teams, basically for like bye games. Stonehill is another one. They're at the Ryan Center, URI for their annual PC URI battle. Fairfields, another bye game. Syracuse, that's at the TD Garden. That should be a good one. Yeah, that's what they got for the non-conference schedule so far. But Maui is usually a pretty stacked field. Nebraska at Mohegan Sun, and they're at home at Colorado, so that's good. And then Syracuse, which is neutral for them at TD Garden. I want to see if they have like any like away from home besides Maui. Yeah, that's like the large travel going to Hawaii. All the other ones they're at home though, so it's not like they have to travel out to Colorado. That's pretty good. Free throw is good by Mitchell, plus the basketball back for the Fever. Turning the corner, Kelsey Mitchell swings now. Corner three as Sophie Cunningham off the mark, no good. Offensive rebound. Secure by Michaela Timpson, finding the trailer underneath and scoring is Maisha Hines-Allen. What a start right now for Indiana. Hey, what's good? Ward on the stream, welcome in. Glad to have you back in. Things going pretty well, man. Sun with possession. Gonna need a basket here to build confidence for their team. They're going to get to the free throw line. 2 shots awarded. That's Maisha Hines-Allen picked up the shooting foul. Yeah, I think they're going to be much better than last year. I can see them being a tournament team this season. Probably like it's their first year with a new head coach, so it's kind of tough to build a program in year one, but they can probably get themselves like a 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 seed this year for them. They get a really good head coach that came from South Florida. Missed free throw by Connecticut. Indiana threw it out of bounds. Caitlin Clark just too strong in that pass. That's the Achilles heel for the Fever. That's now 4 turnovers for Indiana tonight. Sunwood possession, down by 7. So we're down to under 3 minutes left to go in the first. Layla Lacan dribbles up to the elbow, rises for the jumper, deep 2, connects on it. 27-22. Hanging in the balance right now for Connecticut. They're shooting fairly well. 60% for the floor, 9 for 15. Problem is, there's been no defense in this game. Fever are 11 for 15 from the court, 73%. That time, excellent defense, though, by Diamond Miller, forcing the miss high off the glass by Mitchell. Kick out corner. Baseline dribble, and the jumper no good at the low block by Sanaya Rivers. Back it goes to the Fever. Caitlin Clark evading one defender. Now working on Lacan. In the corner finds her teammate Cunningham. Pass got broken up out of bounds. Looking for Hines Allen. It will stay. Fever ball. Number 52, it checks into the game now for Indiana, Tyasha Harris. Just getting started tonight. If you guys are new to the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Inbound goes to Indiana. Tyasha Harris, first time on the floor tonight. Slides it off towards her right. Mitchell launches a three, air ball. And the basketball goes back to the Sun. Up the floor with Rivers. Rivers attacks the paint. Rivers right to the hole. She scores. Up and in with a left-hand layup. 3-point game. Connecticut hanging in. Kelsey Mitchell. On the floor, Caitlin Clark currently on the bench. Mitchell inside a key with a left-hand finish. Scores the 2. Mitchell might have gotten away right there with a travel off that pivot, but officials didn't call it. Big bucket right there to put her team up by 5. 16 points for either side. Inside the paint, Cunningham collects the steal inside the key. Off to her teammate number 52, Tyasha Harris, attacking the rim. Harris scores the deuce. 31-24, adding to it for Indiana. Yeah, Sun needs to score buckets because they're in a track meet right now. That's a bad sign because I don't think they can sustain it against the number 1 offense in the league. Connecticut dead last in scoring. Missed 3 by Connecticut. Rebound went to Indiana. Top of the key with Mitchell. Slides it off towards her right at the wing of the perimeter. Nyesha Hines Allen attacking the rim. A big body right to the hole. Scores the 2. Man, she is strong. They are scoring at will inside the paint in this game. 35 seconds left to go. Connecticut missed the easy 2. At the rim, goes back over to the Fever. Jumper's good. Kelsey Mitchell lets it rain for the outside. They are clicking right now. Largest lead of the game. 5 for 7 from 3 for the Fever. Connecticut yet to make a 3. 0 for 5 from the perimeter. Yeah, that's what they said in the pregame. I think that's going to be a big difference maker in tonight's game, is that Indiana leads the league, averaging around 10 made threes per game. Connecticut ranks 13th in perimeter defense, and they're dead last in three-point shooting percentage. Putback bucket's good. I mean, they can't be trading 2s when Indiana's about to make 3s. And the Fever get fouled with 2.4. So that was a foul to give. This is going to be an inbound coming up for the Fever. 2.4 seconds left to go in the first. Harris inbound. Cunningham corner. 3 off balance. That almost went in. It was a one-handed chuck to the rim off balance from the right corner by Sophie Cunningham, but bricked it off the back rim. That was off like a line drive. Barely any arc to that shot. We close out. At the end of the opening quarter, Indiana puts up 36. 36-26 at the end of 1. All right, 1 quarter in the books. If you guys are new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Caitlin Clark balling out so far tonight. Red hot. 11 points by Clark. 8 minutes played. 4 for 5 on the floor. Perfect 3 for 3 from the perimeter. And Kelsey Mitchell up to 11. Aaliyah Boston, 6 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists. And then a quad of players with 2 so far today. Monique Billings with 2. Maisha Hines Allen has 2. Michaela Timpson with 2. Tyasha Harris with 2. Cunningham and Hull yet to score tonight. Connecticut led by Layla Lacan, 8 points, 3 steals. And off the bench, Sanaya Rivers has 8 for the Sun. All right, about to get back to action. Quarter number 2 starting up in just a moment. And if you're doing the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Really solid start so far for the Indiana Fever to begin this game. You get back to action. Right to left on the floor, Fever with the opening possession. Caitlin Clark on the floor alongside Sophie Cunningham, Aaliyah Boston, Tyasha Harris, and Michaela Timpson. Jumper at the wing, a swash. It is buried. Caitlin Clark, laser beam for the perimeter. Caitlin Clark on another planet tonight. Fourth made three in the night as she has got herself 14 points, and the pass broken up, intercepted. Cunningham collects the steal. Sophie Cunningham up the floor. Hand off to Boston, into the hands to Clark. Dribbles towards her right. Caitlin Clark, bounce pass underneath Boston. Up and in, off the glass, plus the foul. And one coming up at the free throw line for Aaliyah Boston. Caitlin Clark, absolutely her tonight. And we're only in the beginning of the second quarter. 14 points, 4 assists for Caitlin Clark. She is responsible for 9 out of 17. 9 out of the 17 baskets scored as a team right now. And Indiana's red hot. They're shooting 71% for the floor, 17 for 24. Free throw missed by Boston. Connecticut dead last in the WNBA in scoring right now. They are in deep trouble. Lacan cross court, snatching it in the corner, keeping her play in bounds was Diamond Miller. It eventually stepped out. A turnover on the Sun. Yeah, that can't happen right there. This Indiana team is out to the races, looking to drop 100 plus once again tonight. Top of the key with Boston. Into the hands to Harris. Tyasha Harris slides it off to Clark. Comes off the screen. It takes the three. Makes the three from downtown. Caitlin Clark, uncautious tonight. Drilling everything. 17 points perfect. 5 for 5 from three-point range. In the first half by Caitlin Clark. Loose ball. And it's collected by Connecticut to maintain possession. Batted to Miller. Miller deep two off the rim, no good. As they're struggling to buy any sort of offense currently. As it goes out of bounds, it will stay Sun possession. Caitlin Clark is just so good. Inbound for the Sun. Goes over to Layla Lacan at the left wing. Slides it off towards her right. Into the hands to Sanaya Rivers. Rivers dribbles up. 15-footer. Rattled out, no good. Rebound tipped over to Clark. Caitlin Clark up the floor. And got poked loose out of bounds. Was off of Lacan. It will stay Fever ball. Inbound goes to Harris. Tyasha Harris, drive kick, Cunningham, extra pass off to Clark. Caitlin Clark looking for a new record tonight. Career high 45 franchise record. On Friday, finds Boston, cross court, dribbles up, jumper, 14-footer, no good. Offensive rebound. Hall takes the three straight away off the back rim, no good. Battle for the rebound. Out of bounds, went off Connecticut. It's going to stay Fever ball. Indiana Fever. Super hungry. They want it tonight on their home floor. Absolutely dominant start right now for Indiana. Inbound goes to Boston. Handoff Clark towards her right. Caitlin Clark fires across court. Tyasha Harris driving, attacking, blocked to the bounds. Gonna stay Fever ball, 15 in the timer. Clark, the inbound passer, underneath their hoop. Caitlin Clark sends it down low into the hands to Harris. Harris, turnaround jumper, gutted a drop. It's good for 2. Another assist for Caitlin Clark. Timeout on the floor taken by Connecticut. And all of a sudden, the Fever lead by 20. 46-26, 7:32 left to go before halftime. Still a long time left to go before half in this game of blowouts. What a start right now for Indiana. Caitlin Clark in the groove. 17 points in 10 minutes, 6 for 7 shooting, perfect 5 for 5 from three-point range, plus 5 assists. She has scored on 11 out of 19 baskets so far tonight. Scored or assisted. Plus 15 on the floor for Caitlin Clark. And getting everybody involved. Kelsey Mitchell with 11. Aaliyah Boston, 8. Tyasha Harris, who just scored the last bucket. She's got 4. 2 points each by Billings, Hines Allen, and Timpson. What a start so far in this game. If you guys are new in the stream, keep on smashing the thumbs up tonight. Helps out a ton with this video being found on YouTube. Kelsey Mitchell, Leah Boston, Caitlin Clark, all representing the Indiana Fever at the All-Star game on Saturday. And Caitlin Clark just take it over. 17 points in 10 minutes tonight by Clark on 6 for 7, shooting 5 for 5 from three-point range, in the groove. Finding her rhythm, finding her stroke, coming off threes, popping up on, coming off screens, popping up on threes. Just making it look so easy on the floor, finding open teammates off the pick and roll offense. She is dialed in tonight. 17 points right now in the opening half by Clark. We come back to action. Connecticut with possession at the wing. Lacan. Bounce pass, driving, Rivers, inside, low post, Nelson Adota scores the 2. Really needed that bucket by Connecticut, and now they're going to have to string together multiple stops to get their team back into this game. Harris, into the hands to Clark, finds Hall. Lexi Hall at the wing, cross court, connects with Clark, tees up the 3, off the rim, short miss by Caitlin Clark, rebound, went back to Nelson Adota. Connecticut with possession. Olivia Nelson Adota. Handoff to Sanaya Rivers. Rivers, push pass, corner 3, Lacan, off the back rim, no good. Tipped up to Clark for the defensive rebound. Caitlin Clark races up the floor. Clark playing one-on-one, not going to double Clark on that previous possession. Hull puts the ball back into the hands to Clark. Clark fires it down low, and Boston gets fouled. Far side of the floor, this will be an inbound coming up here for Indiana. Handoff back to Caitlin Clark. Lob goes to Boston. Free throw circle. Boston dribbles up. Works her way on Nelson Adota down low. Blocked by Nelson Adota. Got it back there. Boston off balance. No good. Missed off the mark. And a shot clock violation. Charged to Aaliyah Boston. So Fever get called in the turnover. Stephanie White not too happy about that call right there on the sideline, but Connecticut, they'll take it. Sun down by 18 with the basketball. Layla Lacan on top into the hands to Rivers. Rivers sends it over to Nelson Adota. Handoff back to Rivers. Rivers lob down low. Nelson Adota rolling down. No good off the mark. Great defense Down low there by the Fever. Fever come away with possession. Mitchell tees up the three. Off the back room, no good. Offensive rebound right back to Mitchell. A nice find underneath. Finding the roller right past the defense, scoring the two. That is number 21, Michaela Timpson, with an easy roll down to the hoop. Off the offensive board by Mitchell. 5.5 left to go before halftime. Sun in deep, deep trouble. Top of the key with Layla Lacan. She takes on the hole 101. Lacan drives in the hole inside the key. Gets past her. Blocked at the rim by Timpson. Fever back with possession. Caitlin Clark. Past the timeline. Entry pass lob finds Boston. Working on one defender. Boston size advantage. Powers her way. Gutted a drop it in and one. Covered up in the line by Aaliyah Boston. 50-28. The Indiana Fever right now are in an absolute groove in this game. And one at the line by Boston. Their three key players all in double figures. Free throw is good. 51-28. Aaliyah Boston with 11. Mitchell has 11. Caitlin Clark going up for 17 right now in this first half. What a blowout. Connecticut with possession. Outside at the wing, into the hands to Sanaya Rivers. Sends it cross court. Lacan off balance. Connects in the two. 51-30. So we're down to under 5 minutes left to go before halftime. Caitlin Clark at the wing of the perimeter. Dribbles up mid-block. Clark looking for an open teammate. Bounce pass down low. Found Billings. Billings looked like she took too many steps. Referees didn't call it though. Clark clamped, guarded by Lacan. And Lacan picks up the foul. .436 left to go before halftime. Caitlin Clark, inbound, bounce pass, swung off to Mitchell. Mitchell underneath, powers her way down low, followed by Lacan. Two shots coming up at the free throw line by Kelsey Mitchell. First shot at the line, that is no good, bounced off the rim and out. Layla Lacan will take a seat on the bench for Connecticut. Second free throw is good. Dominating start for Indiana in the opening half, 52-30. Connecticut with possession. Sanaya Rivers slides in on top. Charlize Lego Walker. Push pass off to the corner, finds Diamond Miller, and Miller stepped to the bounds. Turnover. Hey, what's good, Luciano? Welcome back in. Hope all is going well, man. Beaver gonna slow it down. Shooting 61% in this opening half. Boston floats it up, makes it look easy, scores the two. Man, they are just so good in the groove right now. 4 minutes left to go before half. Kennedy Burke on the outside finds Lego Walker. Walker no good off the back rim. Rebound went to Hall. Caitlin Clark passed the timeline with possession. Clark bounce pass off the hole, attacking, dump off down low. Billings goes up, gets fouled. Two free throws coming up at the line by Monique Billings. That is on number 25 of Connecticut, who picked up the personal with Kennedy Burke. Hey, there we go. Red Sox scored a run. Yeah, still got a good chunk of game left. Still almost half the game left. Or just over half the game left to see if they can come on back. First free throw is good by Billings at the line. Dead last in all three-point perimeter shooting percentages this season by Connecticut. And when you're down right now by 26 in the first half, this is going to be very difficult to come on back when their team shoots under 28% as a team from three this season. Sun with possession. Diamond Miller at the right wing takes the three over Clark, splashes it. Well, there's a starting point for Connecticut. That's their first made three tonight. They're 1 for 8 from three as a team. Indiana's red hot, 7 for 13 tonight. Clark dribbles inside. Clark right to the rim, scores. It is good, up and off the backboard. She clearly thought it should have been an and one. The referees did not call it though. Bounce pass broken up underneath, stolen away by Kelsey Mitchell. Mitchell up the floor. Clark's got 19, connects with Clark, cross court. Clark pulls up, a straightaway three. Off the rim, no good. Offensive rebound secured by Hull. Hull finds Mitchell. Mitchell at the left baseline. Clark moves off her spot, flung away to the wing. Boston, bounce pass, backdoor cutter. Mitchell scores the two. That is too easy. Where's the defense by Connecticut? 60-33. 34-22 points in the paint off the opening half for Indiana. Popping up on a three with Burke, and Burke knocks it down from the outside. 24-point game. Fever with possession. Caitlin Clark will slow down tempo. As we are down to under 2.5 left to go before halftime. Clark at the top of the key. Works on one defender. Caitlin Clark, 1-on-1. Mitchell flares off the screen. Clark dribbles up. Clark held on to, and Clark gets fouled. Clock will stop with 2:09. And Caitlin Clark will be in a bonus coming up at the free throw line. Everybody wanted to play physical with Caitlin Clark. Well, Caitlin Clark tonight showing all the girls that you can't handle me. She is taking them right to the gym and blowing them right out right now. 19 points in 16 minutes by Clark. 7 for 10 shooting, 5 made threes, plus 7 assists in the opening half of action as we head to the timeout. What a start to this game here tonight for the Fever. If you're doing the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Appreciate all for being a part here of the channel tonight. Kelsey Mitchell, Caitlin Clark combining for 33 points so far today. They are the highest scoring duo in the league. Mitchell, number 2 in the WNBA, averaging over 23 points per game. Clark averaging just under 21. Number 6 in the league. Caitlin Clark, one free throw at the line. She buries it. 61-36 now for Indiana. Sunwood possession. Regan Beers at the left wing into the hands to Kennedy Burke. Slides it off to Miller. Back on top. Lacan. Or this is Lego Walker who takes the jumper. No good off the mark. Misfired off. It's a rebound controlled by Beers. Outside pull up on the three. Diamond Miller splash. She drills it. 62-39. Caitlin Clark, 21 points tonight. Hungry for more. She had 25 in the previous matchup on June 13th against Connecticut. 45 is her career high, set on Friday. Push pass, corner three, Cunningham. Or that is Lexi Hall who buries it. Great assist there, right down the middle. I believe that was Hines Allen who had that push pass, leading to the Lexi Hall three, and going backdoor, scoring a layup right back for the Sun. Number 5, Gianna Neepkins scored a two. Billings out to the corner, finds Hall. Lexi Hall attacking inside the paint. Lexi Hall scored 10-1, coming up at the free throw line. Lexi Hall getting going. Everybody playing a big part tonight for the Fever, looking really good, taking care of business. One shot coming up at the line by Hall. Free throw is good. Just dominating right now, 68-41. Final minute left to go before half. Sun at the wing with Neepkins. Lob far side corner, Lego Walker. The foul picked up down low, charged to Hines Allen. Inbound off a corner three. It's buried. Diamond Miller stepping up today, making a couple of threes, letting them rain. Still, our team's trailing by a landslide. 24-point lead for the Fever. Diamond Miller, 9 points perfect, 3 for 3 from the perimeter tonight. Maisha Hines Allen, 6 in the timer, 24 in the game clock. Hines Allen puts up the shot, no good off the mark, got blocked. Partially going up on the shot attempt by Beers. Connecticut shot clock turned off. Final possession to close out go in the half. Charlize Lego Walker had possession away from the play. We have a foul. It's on Indiana. Stops the clock with 7.2. That was a well away from the play. Hines Allen. Or no, that was Kelsey Mitchell. Kelsey Mitchell knocking over Diamond Miller of the Connecticut Sun. So now in the bonus for Connecticut, Diamond Miller will shoot 2 shots at the free throw line. First shot's good. Second free throw is good. 68-46. Final seconds left to go before halftime. Mitchell drives. Mitchell attacks. Mitchell right to the rim. Scores the layup. 0.7 remaining for Kelsey Mitchell. Full court shot left short as Caitlin Clark daps up Kelsey Mitchell with her team going into the timeout. Halftime total up 70-46. Dominant performance in the first half for the Indiana Fever, taking care of business tonight on their home floor. Exactly what they needed to do against the bottom team in the standings. And right now they are doing exactly what they needed to do tonight. If you're new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. If you'd like to come on back for future live streams, feel free to ring the notification bell as well. I posted yesterday in the community tab, did a lot of great games that I covered, all different types of sports for my college sports season. Men's and women's basketball, lacrosse, softball, baseball, volleyball, soccer, water polo, track, swimming. All those, I put together a bunch of highlight videos. All those are posted in the community tab, my latest post in the community tab. I put out the link out there if anybody's interested. And checking out my personal YouTube channel. Feel free to check that out as well. Right now we have, I think, around 89 subscribers. So hoping to see if we can get some more in the future. Caitlin Clark, just too good for this league tonight. 21 points in 17 minutes, 5 made threes, 7 for 10 for the floor. She is a plus 22 in the court for Caitlin Clark. 16 by Kelsey Mitchell and 6 for 9 shooting. 13 for Aaliyah Boston tonight, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. Clark, by the way, with 7 assists and plus 22 for her. Just making everybody just get involved in this game. And this is a total mismatch. I had said that in the pregame. Indiana is the #1 team in points per game in the WNBA. The Fever are averaging, as a team, 94.4 points per game. They put up 70 in the first half. They're midway to 140 for their total team score tonight. Connecticut is dead last in scoring. They average 79.7 points per game. Dead last in the league. And one team leads the league in threes, with a Fever averaging 10, which they made 8 threes tonight. The other team, Connecticut, ranks dead last in three-point shooting. Three-point shooting percentage, they rank dead last at 27.7%, 10 percentage points lower than what the Fever rank. And the inability to make a three really haunting Connecticut. They started off 0 for 7. They're 4 for 5 on their previous 5 3-point shot attempts. They're starting to find their rhythm with Diamond Miller. She's got 11 points, the lone player in double figures tonight. Perfect 3 for 3 from 3. But when you don't have Brittany Griner, 10.5-point underdogs coming into this game on the road for Connecticut, which they struggled. And road games are just 3 victories on the road this season. This is a tough one right now for the Sun at the moment. And really showing right now why this Indiana Fever team is going to be a tough team to beat come playoff time. Just an offensive juggernaut for Indiana. They are shooting 27 for 43 from the floor, 63%, 8 for 15 from 3, 53% from 3-point range. They've out-rebounded the Sun tonight, 20-12 for the Fever on the glass. It looks like they're clearly the hungrier team tonight in this game, and they built a lead as many by 27, right now up by 24, 70-46 going into halftime. And just all-out dominant. So many easy buckets tonight with rollers getting to the hoop, backdoor cutters, just wide open baskets left and right for Indiana. They are outnumbering the Sun inside the paint 38-24 tonight. And limiting the turnovers, that was the key coming into this game. If Indiana could just limit the turnovers by far, they're going to win this game. And they're doing that tonight. Just 5 turnovers going into halftime. Most of those turnovers were in the first couple minutes of action. They have settled down extremely nicely in the game tonight. Quick scoreboard update to let you guys know what's going on in the WNBA tonight. Chicago Sky looking to pull off the upset on the road at the New York Liberty, 93-88. Las Vegas Aces up against the Washington Mystics, 69-64. And 2 games have gone final from earlier today. Minnesota Lynx, a win on the road at the Seattle Storm, 86-76. Phoenix Mercury Winners over the LA Sparks, 86-82 earlier today. And the WNBA assist leader this season, Alyssa Thomas, had a triple-double, 19, 11, 15 for points, rebounds, and assists, a 15-assist game. Right now at the half, Caitlin Clark, she has 7 assists for the number 2 playmaker in the league behind Thomas. This is the second game out of 3 that these two teams going to face each other this season. June 13th, Indiana won 85-75 against the Sun. Both teams will play each other once again on Friday, August 28th at 7:30 p.m. A couple more minutes before we get back into action. Appreciate all for your patience being a part here on the channel tonight. If you're new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Indiana just total dominance in the first half. Caitlin Clark just looking incredible. 21 points in 17 minutes, 7 assists, 5 made threes, 7 for 10 shooting by Clark. Just all out impacting this game at a major level. All right, going to tip off in just a couple moments. Glad to have you guys back in the stream here, being a part of the channel tonight. 3 players, double figures for Indiana. Caitlin Clark taking over the game at 21 points in the first half of action, 7 for 10 shooting, 5 made threes, plus 7 assists as she has scored or assisted on 14 out of the 27 made field goals as a team. Indiana lighting it up from the floor, 27 for 43. Has 63% for the perimeter. Her teammates, Kelsey Mitchell, got 16 so far tonight on 6 for 9 shooting. And Aaliyah Boston, 13 points on 6 for 10 tonight, plus 4 assists and 5 rebounds and a steal. Got back to action. Fever left, right, and the floor, starting off the third quarter. White jerseys, dark blue numbers, dark blue letters for Indiana. Lexi Hall at the wing. Looking for an open teammate, lobs to Boston at the low block. Boston jumper, baseline, connects on it. Pick it off, or they left off in the opening half of action. Now in half number 2, Aaliyah Boston, Jay goes down. Sun with possession, Diamond Miller leading the team. She has 11 perfect, 3 for 3 from the perimeter. Jumper baseline off the mark, no good. Missed by Morrow. Rebound secured by the Fever. Corner 3 quickly up the floor, no good by Mitchell. Offensive rebound right back to her. Kelsey Mitchell dribbles, drives right down the rim inside, no good off the glass. Tad too strong. A rebound secured by Morrow. Sun with possession and swung down inside the paint, deflected, intercepted with a steal. Out to the races, Monique Billings, 2-on-0, scores the layup. 74-46 for the Fever. Largest lead by 29, right now up by 28. Sun will try it again. It's been total dominance Right from the start for Indiana. Cross court into the hands of Diamond Miller. Miller off balance jumper. Left off the rim short. Broke it up on the bounds. And off the fingertips of Boston, it will stay Sun ball. Inbound to the corner. Back to the top of the key. Lila Lacan, second-year player. Playing for Connecticut. Lacan, her jumper got blocked from the side. They get it back, though, and intercepted again by Boston. Outlet pass. Clark connects with Boston. Racing up the floor. Scores the 2. 30-point lead. Largest one of the game tonight. 76-46. 19 assists as a team for Indiana. There's a player down for the Sun with Layla Lacan. Already without Brittany Griner tonight, leading scorer. A very young Connecticut Sun team, mostly rookies and first years on the roster. Brittany Griner not playing due to injury tonight. 12 seasons in the WNBA out of Baylor, but after that, second most experienced players, Kennedy Burke playing 6 seasons, and Olivia Nelson-Adona, who has played 4 seasons. Everybody else is either in their first year, their second year, or their third year. We will take a timeout on the floor. Indiana up by 30, 8:14 left to go in the third as we head to the timeouts. It's 76-46 as we're about to come back to action here out of the timeout. That was knee to knee. Yeah. Layla Lacan was the injured player of the Connecticut Sun, knee to knee. As her knee rammed into Alexia Hall, we come back in to action, and Kelsey Mitchell scores the 2. Right now, Lacan bracing her knee, not in the game. Connecticut just drilled the 3. The Fever will slow down tempo. Caitlin Clark, lob to the roller. Boston soaring up and scoring up and then off the glass. Wow, just total dominance when one team's in the 80s, the other team's in the 40s. Aaliyah Boston, 19. Caitlin Clark tossing dimes in the floor, almost collected the steal. She couldn't keep it in the court of play. Will go right back over to Connecticut. Caitlin Clark, that previous assist, got her a double-double. She's got 21 points alongside 10 assists tonight. 3 assists in the first 2.5 minutes in the second half. One in the halftime with just one in the halftime with 7 assists, which is darn good. And right now she's got 10 total with 3 previously all in this third quarter in a 2.5 minute clip. Connecticut couldn't get a shot off in time. It's a shot clock violation. I'm just going to end this poll right now because this game is not even close. And I knew that going in, that this game would not be close. 80-49. Fever with possession. Lexi Hall. Lob off to Boston. Boston at the elbow. Her pass broken up and intercepted. Sun with a steal, raising up the floor. Miller, no good off glass, missed the layup. Rebound back to Billings. Caitlin Clark will slow it down. Caitlin Clark at the elbow, pocket pass, looking for Boston. Let it go past her. It's a turnover. Stolen by the Sun, up the floor, burst the speed. Number 24, Anisha Morrow, attacking in the paint. And a whistle and a reach-in foul charge to the Fever. Yeah, if you're Stephanie White right now, your team's got this game in the bag. 6:41 left to go. The question is, how much longer are you going to play Caitlin Clark tonight? Because clearly, Connecticut can't score. Like, they're probably not even going to reach 80 points at the end of this game. Right now, Caitlin Clark's going to stay in on the floor. I like to see a lot more Sophie Cunningham here in half two. Sophie Cunningham, no points so far tonight, 7 minutes. Everybody else who has played has scored, but Cunningham yet to score. Free throw is good for the Sun by Laker Walker. So right now it's Hull, who's on the floor alongside Clark, Boston, Billings, and Mitchell. They get their starting 5 out of the court. Sun have it inside the key. Pass broken up, picked off by Boston with a steal. Caitlin Clark racing up the floor inside the key. Bounce pass off the Hull. Hull stripped. Hull got it back. And Hull, before she got a shot, was fouled. Reaching in was Sanaya Rivers. Inbound back to the Fever. Caitlin Clark, top of the key. Clark dribbles out free throw circle. Clark spin cycle inside the key. Clark runner, got it to go, plus the foul. And one coming up in the line for Caitlin Clark. Houdini like there off the spin cycle. Man, she is just too good. Way too good for this game tonight. "23 points, 10 assists. Make it 24. Drills the free throw. That is on 8 for 11 shooting tonight from the floor. 83-50. Sun across the timeline with Sanaya Rivers. Rivers receives the handoff, dribbles towards her left, an illegal screen set by Beers. Offensive foul. Caitlin Clark fires a bullet down low. Blocked was Boston, wasn't clean. And Aaliyah Boston will shoot 2 at the free throw line as Sanaya Rivers picks up the shooting foul. This game on slow-mo right now. 5:54 left to go in the third. First free throw off the mark, no good. Second shot by Boston. Right down the middle. 84-50. Trying to cross the timeline with Rivers. Rivers, bounce pass. At the low block, Beers puts up the shot, scores it. 84-52. Fever with possession. Galen Clark had it poke loose to the backcourt, maintains possession. Clark. Oh. Whoa, Kayla Clark called it a turnover, plus she got teed up. Yeah, she was frustrated about the physicality displayed by Diamond Miller. And Kaylin Clark absolutely hounded. I think this is where you have to just substitute her out of the game. Look at the score right now. It's 84-52. You got this game well in hand unless a miracle comeback happens. Caitlin Clark is clearly bumped into by Diamond Miller. Diamond Miller on the backside had her hands on Caitlin Clark from behind. I mean, Caitlin Clark is frustrated about that call right there, and of course she should. She's doing the league so many great things for Caitlin Clark. Look at the attendance. Look at this. Look at the revenue they're bringing in. The sale, the jersey sales are through the roof. It's on Diamond Miller who got teed up. Yeah, that's the proper call there. Caitlin Clark just is completely hounded by Diamond Miller right around the midcourt line, and there's no place for her to go. She was getting bumped into, beaten, battered. Diamond Miller picked up the foul and then got teed up right afterwards for it. So Caitlin Clark's going to have a technical free throw coming up. This is being looked at right now at the monitor. It's just, it's crazy what they're doing to Caitlin Clark throughout the league, like completely beating her up, like playing WWE style against Caitlin Clark. It's unacceptable. Like, all the other players have to appreciate greatness and what she has brought to the league, because without Caitlin Clark, these players, a lot of them right now would be working at Taco Bell. Like, it's unacceptable what's going on. My clock was running. We're down to 5:32 left to go. Free throw is good by Clark, plus the Fever have the basketball. Mitchell dribbles up inside the key. Mitchell right to the rim, missed the layup. Rebound secure by Miller. Up the floor, spin cycle, down low, gutted a drop. Rivers scores the 2. 85-54. Fever will try it once again with possession. Caitlin Clark. Past the timeline. Jacks up the 3, 35-footer off the rim, no good. A rebound secured by Burke. Rivers on the outside. Pulling up, or no, he decided not to pull up. Now we'll pull up with Miller off a deep 2. Left short. Rebound went to Boston. Under 5 left to play in the third. Aaliyah Boston. Hand off to Mitchell. Mitchell, jumper, mid-range, connects on it. It is good for 2 more by Kelsey Mitchell. 20 burger tonight out of Mitchell. Lob down low off the pivot. Scoring is Regan Beers. And that was an assist by Kennedy Burke. Caitlin Clark. Dribbles up, bounce pass, backdoor cutter, hole, got it to go, up and in off the backboard. Caitlin Clark racking up the dimes, assist number 11 tonight. 24 total assists as a team. Connecticut with possession, shovel pass, corner, 3, swoosh. It is drilled by Regan Beers from the corner. Clark pulls up on a jumper. Before that, get a foul call charge to Connecticut. Caitlin Clark, big time tonight, 25 points and 11 assists. Clark, the inbound passer, near side front court into the hands to Boston. Aaliyah Boston dribbles, drives inside the key of Boston, right to the rim. Not going to count it. pushed off at the very end. She gets called an offensive foul and cannot believe it. And Stephanie White signaling challenge right now as this will be looked at the monitor for the green light special. Aaliyah Boston cannot believe the offensive foul that was called on her. Now she did lower the boom to Sanaya Rivers, but did not extend her off hand or off arm. But she did lower the shoulder. So this is being looked at right now at the monitor. 3:45 left to play in the third quarter of action as we head to the timeout. All right now in the timeout, if you guys are new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. This game has been a blowout basically since the start. 36-26 at the end of the first quarter. Connecticut hung in for a little bit in the first quarter, and then after that, Indiana just took it to the sun. 34-20 second half advantage for the Fever, or us, in the second quarter. Right now, the third quarter is 21-13. So that challenge has been won by the Sun as they've counted it as a bucket, 91-59. So the foul call gets taken away by Aaliyah Boston, and a missed shot by the Sun. The Fever back with possession. Clark, lob off to Mitchell, hand off Clark at the right wing. Caitlin Clark taking on one defender, dribbles up now to the low block. Caitlin Clark off the double, finds Hines Allen, hand off Clark, lob a roller. Hines Allen runner, no good. Tad too strong, rebound secured by Beers. Regan Beers, hand off to her teammate. A three-point shot gets buried at the wing. That is made by Kennedy Burke from the perimeter to cross 60 tonight for Connecticut. Caitlin Clark, crossover, shakes the defender, takes the three, missed off the mark. Rebound secured by Beers. Regan Beers finds Sanaya Rivers. Rivers, pull-up jumper, mid-block off the mark, no good. Batted around with a whistle and a foul. Charge to Indiana. 2:37 left to play. I beg my pardon. That's going to be rolled a loose ball foul on Connecticut. So this is going to send Fever to the free throw line. Sophie Cunningham in the bonus now for Indiana. First one's good. Got a substitution here for Connecticut, number 15. Regan Beers checks out. Olivia Nelson and Dota back in. Cunningham, his second free throw is good. They have played 9 players today. Every single player that's played has now scored. Lexi Cunningham, her first 2 points on the board. 2.5 left to go in the third. Sun with possession. Driving downhill to the cup, no good. Missing the layup and tapped off a Sun player who missed it with Gloma, so it went out of bounds. Aisha Hines-Allen on the floor alongside Tyasha Harris, Michaela Timpson. Caitlin Clark is still on the court, and Sophie Cunningham. Clark, top of the key. Clark thought about the step back before the shot, a foul. That will stop the clock with 2:12. And this will send Cunningham to the free throw line in the bonus. First one's good. Second free throw, she drills. 33-point lead, well in hand tonight for the Fever. Jumper, no good at the elbow, missed the pull-up by Rivers. Rebound back to the Fever. 2 minutes left to play. Caitlin Clark dribbles up, now inside the key. Clark working on one defender, slides it off to the corner. Corner jumper, off the rim, no good. Rebound goes to Rivers. Rivers up the floor, ball poke loose. Clark reaches in. Clark picks up the foul. Inbound to the wing. Nelson Adota finds Rivers. Slides it off towards her right. They're working their way at the free throw circle. Lob down low with position and just couldn't put it through. A little bit too strong there by Kennedy Burke. The basketball goes back to the Fever. Tyasha Harris courts her right off the dribble. Now slides it off to Clark. Up fake. Blues past one defender. Caitlin Clark working their way inside the key. Take it on Neepkins. And fouled. And back to the free throw line. Or, no, beg my pardon. It was broken up. Yeah, it was broken up out of bounds. So this will stay Indiana possession here. That pass got broken up. 1:10 left to play in the third. Clark inbounds to Harris. Tyasha Harris slides it off towards her right. Handoff back to Harris from Timpson. Clark has it now. 5 of the shot clock. Swings it on top. Harris dribbles, drives inside the key. Bounce pass, thread the needle. Broke it up out of bounds. Off the sun once again. 0.5 on the shot clock, though, for the Fever. Lob off the inbound, tipped off the glass. Shot clock violation on Indiana. Connecticut with possession. Rivers slides it off towards her right. Morrow. Nisha Morrow. Hand off on the three. And Neepkins knocks it down. 95-65 of the steal. Sanaya Rivers up and in. Lays it into the bucket. Good for 2. Caitlin Clark bumped into, fouled. She is obviously frustrated because the physicality has ramped up, and she has got some words right now for the Sun players as they have to get separated out of the pack. Yeah, this should probably be it for Caitlin Clark. Like, if you're Stephanie White, just take her out at the end of the fourth quarter. Don't even let her play the fourth, because this game is well in hand. You don't want anything to happen for Clark. She is frustrated. 25 points. Free throw is good. She's got 26 on a double-double night with 11 assists. Second free throw is good. A 27-point night in 3 quarters for Caitlin Clark, and that should probably do it for her. If I was the head coach, I would take her off the court after 3. Like, look at the score right now. Your team's up by 30. Sun with possession. Rivers dribbles up, jumper, 15-footer, rattled out, tipped around, offensive rebound maintained, hook shot, banked in off the glass by Burke. Clark, outlet pass, looking for Cunningham, broke it up, full court shot at the buzzer, left short by Connecticut to close out the end of three. 97-69. This game well in hand tonight for the Fever. As we are through 3/4 of action, Caitlin Clark putting on a show. A point a minute tonight by Clark, 27 points, 27 minutes, 5 made threes, 8 for 13 from the floor, plus 11 assists as we head into the final quarter break coming up. All right, fourth quarter, here we go. If you guys are new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe here on the channel. Hey, what's good? Doug in the stream, thanks for joining in. Hey, there you go, Birdman. Yeah, I hear you. My parents are actually in their 70s, so they're not really technically skilled with internet either. So I have to help them out a lot with a lot of like technology, internet related stuff, and make sure they're going on the right websites. Three-quarters in the book so far. Caitlin Clark putting on a show. Kelsey Mitchell, Aaliyah Boston. They have 3 players who scored 20 plus points tonight. Let's see. When was the last time that the Indiana Fever had 3 players to score 20 plus points in the game? It was last month against the Toronto Tempo. Yeah, I covered that game. Sophie Cunningham at 24. She went off. She was drilling a bunch of threes that night. Kelsey Mitchell at 27, Cunningham 24, Clark with 21. So that game took place on June 16th the last month. And tonight, it's their first game since the one against the Tempo last month that they've had 3 players reach the 20-point mark. Caitlin Clark, 27 points and 11 assists. 22 by Aaliyah Boston, 6 rebounds, 5 assists, 3 steals. Kelsey Mitchell with 20 tonight. And Clark and Boston both a plus 26 on the floor. Mitchell right behind a plus 23. This should probably be it for Clark tonight. Like, the physicality has been ramping up. You don't want Clark to get injured in a game that you have well in hand against a bottom feeder in the league that's not going to make it into the playoffs with the Connecticut Sun. You don't want any sort of injuries to happen here in the fourth quarter. So if I'm Stephanie White, I would just have Clark sit out in the fourth quarter. I mean, she's got a double-double, 27 points. Look how much their team's up. They're up by 28 points. Like, unless Indiana misses every single shot in this quarter, Connecticut's not going to win this game. Like, Connecticut hasn't even scored 28 points in the quarter in this game. It was 36-26 Fever at the end of one, but 28 points in the quarter for the bottom team in points per game in the WNBA. That's a hard thing to ask. That's 71. Bucket's good. Bucket's good off the roller. 97-71 right now as the Sun opened up with a basket, and Cunningham missed it high in the corner looking for Harris. That's a turnover. It's on the back with a possession. Tanaya Rivers crosses midcourts. Takes on Michaela Timpson. Sends it cross court to her teammate. Burke fires a 3 around the rim and out. And a big rebound, soaring up and snatching it for the Fever. That was Michaela Timpson who came up with a defensive rebound. Open three, Mitchell from the corner. Mitchell lets it fly, splashes the triple. Triple digits on the board for the Fever with 9 minutes left to go. 100-71, and a big rejection down inside by Michaela Timpson. Connecticut stayed with possession, though, and scored a 2. I think I was asked about the over-under earlier on in this game. Right now it's 100-73. 178.5. Yeah, I said over in this game because the Fever score points in bunches. And right now, 8.5 minutes left to go. It's very close to hitting the over tonight. Yeah, Indiana have been rapid fire this entire game. 61% shooting. They're 17 for 21 at the free throw line, shooting 2 free throws here with Sophie Cunningham. First free throw missed. Connecticut hasn't shot the ball terrible tonight. 45%, 29 for 64. It's not like they're shooting 30-something% from the floor tonight. Plus, this is the WNBA. Usually, percentages are lower for women's than men's, but the Fever tonight are just carving out their offense and tearing it up against the Sun defense. Second free throw, good by Cunningham, and a steal by Mitchell. Mitchell tees up the jumper straight away off the back rim, no good. Offensive rebound controlled by Billings. Fired it outside of Billings into the hands to Harris, and Maisha Harris lets it rain from the perimeter. Everybody making it known tonight. And that is good. That's Tyasha Harris, number 52. Hey, there you go. Really, that's awesome there. Keep up the great work, Doug. Really appreciate it, man. Basket's good down low by Morrow. 104, it's 104-75. Driving to the hoop, a bucket's good, plus the foul. Fever will have an and one at the line. Tyasha Harris with a free throw coming up. Tyasha Harris taking it right between a group of defenders, right to the hole, scoring the right-hand layup plus the foul. Tyasha Harris off the bench, double figures if she can make this free throw, and she does. So right now, 10 points by Tyasha Harris becomes the 4th player for Indiana tonight to reach double digits. Man, this is insane. 107 right now with still 7.5 minutes left to go. Sun, turnaround jumper, off the back rim, no good. A rebound ripped away by Grace Van Sluten. She got tied up. So the officials rolled a tie-up. She clearly thought she ripped that ball away and should have maintained possession. Anyway, jump ball tie-up goes to the Fever. As a team, the most points scored in franchise history was 114 against the Chicago Sky. They go 107 with just above 7 minutes left to go. Runner off 1 foot left, short by Cunningham. A rebound secure by Connecticut. Sun to go up the floor. They miss the mark of the pass. It's a turnover. Looking for Nelson Adoda up the court and not on the same page there. We are down to under 7 minutes left. Sunwood possession. Grace Van Sluten shoots right out of a cannon. Runner drops in. Off the back rim a couple of times, able to find his way into the netting. Grace Van Sluten becomes the 10th different player to score tonight for Indiana. And a foul up the floor charged to the Fever. Lager Walker sends it off to her teammate Nelson Adota, scores the 2. Tyasha Harris, handoff, Cunningham, back into the hands to Harris. Finds Cunningham, lob, Van Sluten's pass, broken up, looking for Van Sluten from Cunningham. On the bounce off Connecticut, gonna stay Fever ball. And we are gonna have a timeout taken on the floor. 109.77, 6:13 left to go in the fourth quarter as we head to the timeout. All right now on the timeout, if you guys are new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Easy work tonight for the Indiana Fever. Man, they are an absolute machine of a team. Franchise record 114 points on June 11th in an overtime victory over the Chicago Sky. And right now they have 109 with 6:13 left. So we are looking at a new franchise record for Indiana tonight, most likely. All right, we get back to action. Just about 6 minutes left to go. 109.77. Miss layup by Connecticut. Fever have possession. Cunningham bumped into past midcourt and fouled. Sophie Cunningham has possession at the wing. And Cunningham gets called in the offensive foul. a good sign to see for Connecticut. Lila Lacan got injured earlier in the game. She is back up on the floor. Nice pocket pass she sent to Nelson Adota, who scored up in and off the window. 5.5 left to go. Cunningham at the top. Fires it down low, looking for Van Saluten. Stays with possession. Dribbles up to the elbow, and a foul charge to Connecticut. Cunningham went down hard. Let's see if she's back up on her feet there for Sophie Cunningham. Yeah, that's knee to knee, and then a little bit of extracurricular activities there by Morrow. Just an ordinary foul defensively charged to Morrow. That could have been reviewed. Officials did not want to review it. Looks like they want to just finish off this game. Cunningham off to the middle, pull-up jumper, got it from the free throw circle. That gets buried by Monique Billings. 111.79, 3 points shy of tying the franchise record for most points scored in a single game. They are 4 points shy of crossing that mark, setting a new program record. Done at the free throw line. First shot, no good. We're down to 5:01 left to go. Total domination tonight by Indiana right from the start. Nothing new in this one here. If you guys enjoyed the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Caitlin Clark, a point a minute. Just incredible. 27 points in 27 minutes. 8 for 13 from the floor. 5 made threes. She had 11 assists tonight. Second free throw goes down. Indiana with possession. Tyasha Harris towards her right. Gamebridge Fieldhouse logo. Lobs up for Billings. Billings inside the Kia. Turnaround jumper. Connects on it. 1 point shy from tying the franchise record in most points in Indiana Fever history. They are 1 bucket away from a new franchise record. Miss layup at the rim by the Sun. Cunningham up the floor into the hands to Hall at the corner. Hall finds Cunningham, retrieves it back of the midcourt logo. 12 the timer. Hall, lob inside, swoops around, no good. Second chance off the offensive rebound. Got it a drop. Monique Billings scores the 2, and it's a new franchise record in total points in Indiana Fever history, 115. High off glass, missing the mark when Miller, she got fouled, and Diamond Miller will shoot shoot 2 shots coming up at the line. We are down to 4:01 left to play. First free throw, that is good. Monique Billings checks out of the game, gets dapped up by her head coach, Stephanie White. Second free throw. Off the mark, misfired by Miller. Back it goes to Indiana. Attacking inside the paint. Over to Grace Van Sluten. Had the ball poke loose, stolen away. Collected by the Sun, as they will take a 3 up the floor. Miller around the rim and out. Offensive rebound, and Kennedy Burke scores the putback. 3:38 left to go. Gonna head to another break on the floor. 115-83. All right, gonna get back to action in just a couple moments. Left to right on the floor, Indiana with the possession as we come back to action. Sophie Cunningham. Now off into the hands to Harris. Harris jumper 15-footer connects on it. 117, upping up that franchise record. Charlize Liga Walker. At the wing, bounce pass finds Regan Beers off the roll down. Beers score it and the foul. Free throw covered up at the line for Beers. Free throw goes off the mark. Fever with possession. 3 minutes left to play. Harris slows down tempo. Bounce past Cunningham. Bumped into, fouled. Hey, what's good? Jay Ramirez, welcome back in. Yeah, they dominated them. Did exactly what a great team's supposed to do. And yeah, the critics are going to say that, but great teams dominate those bottom of the barrel teams, and Indiana took care of business tonight. It would not be a good look if this was a close game or if they were stunned tonight and lost this one. So they did exactly what they needed to do. Connecticut just turned it over. Yeah, much wider. I agree. Yeah, especially in college ball, the gap is huge between like ranked teams and unranked teams. Like there's some bad blowouts. Like UConn women when they play like non-conference games, like winning games like 100-30. Like there's some really bad blowouts in women's basketball. We are down to under 2.5 left to go. Sun with possession. This game has been over for a long time. Alega Walker found Kennedy Burke down low. Burke missed the first one. Burke scored on the second chance. Tyasha Harris slides it on top to Hines Allen. Into the hands to Grace Van Sluten. Hands it off to Harris. Harris back outside top of the key with Hines Allen. Takes a three and makes it straight away from the perimeter. Wow, that's an absolute laser right there by Maisha Hines Allen. Done down to the final minute 40. Just a dominant performance tonight by Indiana, right from the start. Bounce pass down the middle, broke it up. Possession maintains as Angloma floats up the wild shot off the mark. Offensive rebound for Connecticut. Deep range three. Skidded off the rim out of bounds. Yep, it went through. There we go. Doug the Viking. Let's get that member hype for Doug the Viking. It didn't say membership on my thing though, but it's green, so it means that you're a member. So it turned green. Let's see over on my tab if it comes up. That's weird. Usually it will come up with like viewer activity or so, but it says you're a channel member because it's green. I can look on the main homepage and make sure it pops up too. We are down to the final minute. 53 seconds left. We get a foul. 121-87 in the final 53 seconds. Yep, it came through, so it's on the membership tab. Yeah, thanks so much for joining in for Doug the Viking. Welcome on board on the membership. Two shots here at the free throw line. First one's good by Sophie Cunningham. This is a new franchise record in total points scored for Indiana, 123-87. Absolute blowout tonight. Caitlin Clark had 27 points in 27 minutes with 11 assists. Set the tone early on as she drilled 3 straight shots in a row. Went 3 for 3 from the perimeter to start off. She was 5 for 9 total from 3 tonight. And at the free throw line, we'll go Connecticut, 33 seconds left. Yeah, I saw that. Patriots got a bunch of young talent on their team. Probably going to go to training camp. Maybe this weekend's, possibly. I think that's the only weekends they have for training camp for Patriots this year. Splitting the free throws by Regan Beers at the line. And Indiana will just slow it down. We'll see if they take a shot clock violation on this or not, or they'll try to score. There's a 9-second differential shot clock, game clock to close out at the end of this game. Hines Allen, she's going to drive on it. She'll take a jumper to elbow. Off the back rim, no good. A rebound, Connecticut, final seconds left to play. Dunn did not get a shot off in time, and this game is over. Yeah, this game has been over for a long time. A dominant performance tonight for the Indiana Fever. They put up 70 points in the first half, 123, a new franchise record. Caitlin Clark, 27 points, 23 by Kelsey Mitchell, 22 by Aaliyah Boston. Off the bench, Tyasha Harris finished with 12. Just total domination by the Fever tonight in a history-breaking, record-breaking night. 123. The previous record was 114 against the Chicago Sky last month for most points as a franchise. And tonight they shattered that with 123 in a dominant victory. Thanks all for joining in, being a part of the stream tonight. Before I sign off, make sure to smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Probably going to be back live next week. Probably going to maybe on Tuesday for the next one for once they come back from the All-Star break. So probably the next Indiana Fever game that they have on Tuesday night. They're on the All-Star break this weekend. Then they come back to action on Tuesday. But thanks all for joining in, and we're going to close out to the channel members. All shout-outs here for the channel members. Big shout-out. We got a new channel member on this stream as we welcome in Doug the Viking onto the membership here. We got Jason, John, Michael Bradley, Joe, Lonely Satellite, Warren, the Nija player, Norma Polson, Kelly Ogie, Russell Rydog, Ashes Fan for Life, Phil, All on the Prowl, I Am Ghost, Ian, Edith, Ice Ice Baby, XX Dev 5000, the Apex Sports Network, Elaine, Akilo Pitts, Yvonne Otamura, Tyreek, Jason, Nico Loco, Janet, NCC7 Enterprise, Martin, and Douglas the Viking. Thanks all for joining in. Be the part of the stream today. Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever dominate the Connecticut Sun. Franchise record 123 points, 123, 88 the final score. Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday night. And if I don't see you guys till next week, enjoy the rest of your week and weekend as well. Have a nice night, everybody.